Steve here. Most days we're lost in the noise, right? The ticks, the charts, the moment to moment. But today, we're going to pull the camera back, way back, all the way to the beginning, to really understand this machine we're all a part of.
I want you to picture something. The year is 1600. There are no screens lighting up your desk, no fiber optic cables, no FedEx, nothing. If you had ambition, if you wanted to make a real fortune, well, your options were few, and they were dangerous.
It was the ultimate gamble, all or nothing. You'd pour every penny you had into a single wooden ship. You'd watch it disappear over the horizon, and you'd just pray. Pray it wouldn't be smashed on a reef or fall to pirates. Because if that ship didn't come back, you were done. Total ruin.
And right there, that's the genesis. The entire world of finance as we know it today was born from solving that one single terrifying problem. How in the world do you build an empire when everything you own is on one boat in the middle of a storm? Well, the Dutch, they had an idea. An idea so simple, so elegant, it would literally change the course of human history. They invented the share. See, instead of one person betting the farm, what if 100 people could each bet a little piece of it? They took all that concentrated risk, and they spread it out. Brilliant.
And from that idea came the very first publicly traded company the world had ever seen, the Dutch East India Company, the VOC. And you have to understand, this wasn't just another business, this was a revolution on paper.
The year is 1602, mark that down, because that's the year the market as we know it was truly born. The VOC had global plans, but they had a problem. They needed more capital than any single person or even the government had. So, for the very first time, they turned to the public.
This was it, the world's first IPO. They were selling off little pieces of the company, little slices of the voyage itself. And suddenly, you didn't have to be a sea captain to get rich off the spice trade. You could be a merchant, a baker, even a maid. All you had to do was become an investor.
And an idea that big? Well, it needed a home. And by 1611, it had one. The Amsterdam Bourse, the world's first real stock exchange. It was more than just a building. It was an engine, a machine that turned a piece of paper, a promise, into real money. And this engine, it built an empire.
But, as we all know, where there's great profit, there's often great madness. And it didn't take long for this incredible new financial engine to show its darker side. The Dutch were about to learn a lesson, one that rings true on every trading floor in the world today.
By 1637, the Dutch weren't just trading shares in ships anymore. No, they were trading tulip bulbs. And it went from a curiosity to a full-blown frenzy. Think about this. People were selling their homes, their ancestral estates, for one single exotic flower. This was it, the first great bubble.
And here's the thing. A tulip bulb then, the hot new tech stock or crypto coin now. Does that sound familiar? The asset itself doesn't matter, it's the human behavior, the hype, the fear of missing out. That pattern is timeless. It is identical.
And what happens when a bubble gets that big? It pops. They always do. And when this one went, the floor just vanished. It wasn't just about losing money. This crash broke the entire Dutch economy. A brutal, brutal lesson in what happens when greed takes over.
And that brings us to the core truth, doesn't it? After 400 years, there's one constant. It isn't the technology, it isn't the asset, it's human nature, fear and greed. Those two forces drove a tulip to insane heights in 1637, and they're the same two forces that move our markets right now, today. It's the oldest chart pattern there is.
But that idea, that Dutch DNA of sharing risk, it was too powerful to be contained. It wasn't going to stay in Amsterdam. Eventually, it crossed an ocean, and it planted a seed that would grow into the world we now inhabit.
Just look at the progression. You start in 1602 with the first share. Then comes the first crash. A century and a half later, 1792, a group of guys make a deal under a buttonwood tree in New York, and the NYSE is born. And now? Well, now we're at a point where algorithms make trades in microseconds. The speed is unbelievable.
You can see the line, can't you? It's a straight shot. From those open-air courtyards in Amsterdam to the canyons of Wall Street. Sure, the tech has changed. The clothes have definitely changed. But the game, the fundamental game, is exactly the same.
And here we are. Today is March 9th, 2026. As we're sitting here, staring at our screens, clicking our mice, it's just worth remembering. We're not just trading the day.
We are the latest chapter in a story that's been going on for over 400 years.
Because if you strip it all away, I mean all of it, the algos, the high-frequency trading, all the noise, what are you left with? You're left with that simple, powerful idea from 1602. It's still just people, pooling their capital, sharing the risk, and trying to build a better future.
So I'll leave you with this. We've got 4 centuries of data, 400 years of charts. We've gone from wind-powered ships to quantum computers. But has the most important part of the equation evolved? Has our own greed, our own fear, changed one bit? That's the question. And it's one every single one of us has to answer every single morning.